we need to make sure that we are ready for the enemies when they come and try and kill us. And in order to do that, we're going to need loads of research points. Fortunately, I have actually been given a lot of research points that we can use. So, we're going to be using those today, and we're going to start a brand new build. So, let's go ahead and get straight to it, shall we? There are lots of enemies in Stormworks, from navy ships to helicopters armed with rockets, and even some tanks. It is our goal to eradicate those enemies from the world. Welcome to Stormworks Search and Destroy. Have you ever just looked up in the sky in Stormworks at this point in the night and been like, that is beautiful? The sun's going down, the sky is like purpley pink and orange, and it just looks so cool. I don't know why I like that so much. Alright, so currently we are researching modular engines, so let's go to sleep throughout the night and we'll unlock those in the morning. Hopefully. Oh, look at that! There you go! So capture point payroll, we just got 2,100 for having 2 cap points. That's not amazing, actually. That is less than I thought we were gonna get, but I guess that's fine. Anyway, the research, we still got an hour and 37 minutes. I think I might just go to sleep until that's done, to be honest. And there we go, modular engines has been researched. Very nice. So, recently there has been lots and lots of missions that require us to actually tow boats. I'm thinking that maybe we build a relatively large tugboat, or at least something like it. I think that'd be really cool. So, yeah, that's probably what we'll do. But obviously it needs to be armed, just in case we get attacked. Now, this is sort of like a military career, but we also need to do civilian jobs as well. All of my ships will be militarized, though, so each of them will actually have cannons on. So, hopefully, all goes well. Alright, guys, so I'm actually going to build a relatively small tugboat. We're going to go ahead and just build it like this. So, we'll have it be about, I don't know, 7.5 meters long, something like that. That looks pretty good. And we'll make it, I don't know how wide, actually. If it's 7.5 meters long, I guess wide we can go with, I don't even know. Maybe like 5 blocks wide, something like that. So let's build this guy out of another 4. There we go. And that is 7.5 meters long by 3.25 wide. Okay, for now, that's okay. Let's delete a little bit of this. From there, we're going to go ahead and build the hull underneath on both sides. And yeah, it's going to be a catamaran. Okay, so there we go. We got 2 holes, 1 on each side, obviously, and honestly, I don't think that looks terrible. We are going to build it down slightly more, so let's go ahead and grab one of these pieces, and essentially, we're going to be using these on the bottom. So we'll have one of those guys go there, and we'll just seal this up. That should look and work really well. Alright, so there we go. It does look a little bit weird from behind. Obviously, it looks a bit large. And realistically, I would actually really like the hull to be open on the inside. So I would like most of this to actually be open. However, that's not really how this works, unfortunately. Which is kind of annoying, actually. It'd be really nice to have it open. Okay, so I think what we need to work on next is actually sort of the back end. And this can be a little bit tricky because obviously we want it to like step down, but I don't want it to step down too drastically because I think that would be really bad. However, I think what we might be able to get away with is something along these lines. Let's go ahead and delete another 4 this way. There we go. Delete another 4 of these and all of that too. And then these guys and these guys. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and drop those down like that. I'm going to do the same thing right here. And that's sort of going to be our back end. It looks weird, but it'll be fine. Alright, that is what we currently have. And honestly, I think that's going to work out for us, sort of. I mean, this bit looks a little bit weird, to be fair. But I think the rest of it, yeah, this is going to work. Alright, so I think what I'm going to do right now is I'm actually going to go ahead and build up these side pieces by, I think, about 4. There we go. So there's one. We're then going to do this guy and this guy. And we're going to do it pretty much all the way around, all the way to the front. It's going to be a little bit weird looking for a little bit, but that's fine. And there we go. That's it built around the front. We're going to have, I was going to say maybe a door on the side or something. We need something for detail. So maybe if we just get rid of some of this. I don't know. Should we just shove that in the side? I mean, that looks a lot better. I'm then going to go ahead and paint around this and we'll go from there. Because I think paint will make this look a lot nicer. Okay, so I have actually painted it, but unfortunately for us, it is nighttime, we can't see it, so there you go. This is it. Alright, so I went ahead and did like military colors around the side. This is like a military gray blue color. We've then got the red on the underside and a gray line around this bit, the water line. I've then went with a gray on the bit on the top, and overall, I think that works. Yeah. Okay, so from there, we need to figure out these pieces. So I would actually really like to send those guys that way. I do want this to look nice, and I want the windows to look nice, but I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to go about doing those just yet. So let me go ahead and have a little think about the windows and just throw them on. You know what, actually, that looks pretty good. So we're using diamond windows on these pieces, and yeah, that actually totally fits in there. Hopefully, it will actually allow us to, like, get in there, but, yeah. Helm we don't currently have, so it's going to have to be a seat. That's kind of annoying. That's really annoying, but let's go ahead and shove that in there for now. And then we need to build the bridge around that. Oh, this is going to be sick. Alright, so I'm thinking windows on the sides of it too, and windows sort of going backwards from there as well. I don't see a point in not doing this, so we are doing this. There we go. That looks lovely. Yes. So I think we just shove a roof on top of this piece and go from there. Okay, a roof has been added, but I'm not entirely sure I like it. I mean, it sort of works, but not as much as I kind of want it to. I would also really like to unlock winches to go on the back of this, but we don't have that yet either. What do we do? Alright, I'm thinking we extend this guy backwards another bit. I don't really know how much, but like a little bit. There we go. So we're going to have to do this going backwards too, and we're going to have to do this going backwards as well. There we go. I'm then going to shove these windows into here. We'll actually have 2 of those. Shove those 2 on as well. And our final piece will be like this. Okay. Yeah, that actually totally works. Sure, I don't mind that. We're then going to go ahead and paint all of these pieces in as well. So let's do this guy and this guy. On the inside, we're going to go ahead and jug this in, and this, and this, and this. There we go, and what is this? I can get rid of that, it doesn't need to be there. Okay, awesome, cool. Oh, it looks dodgy. There's actually way too much weight in the front of that, but overall, it will be okay. As soon as we start adding the rest of the weight, we'll be good. This is gonna be fine. Also, some stability would be good too, but we don't actually have control surfaces unlocked, and that's an issue. Okay, so instead of doing anything too crazy that looks too weird, we're actually gonna go and delete all of these pieces. And we're going to start building these in. Yes. So it's actually going to come back out, if that makes sense, and then go back in. I don't even know how to explain this. So that's going to go there like that. This is going to go in here like this. And it's going to go straight back into there. So if I can shove this guy onto there, I can shove this guy onto here like this. And then we paint it all red. I guess. I'm assuming that will be fine. There we go. Do all of this as well, and all of this piece, of course. Yes. All right. I think that looks great. It looks a little bit weird, to be fair, but it looks fine too. Yeah. All right, so I've added some weight to this thing, so now when I was going to say jump across onto it, we should be able to have a little look at what it looks like when it's in the water. So, here it is. This is what it looks like in the water. It will sit a lot differently to this when we actually do it properly. But I think with 2 engines, one in this side and one in this side, this will have enough power to tow anything. And it'll have enough fuel to do it too. So I think as soon as we've got engines, we might just go do some towing missions. We'll see. We do need to obviously add some weaponry as well, so we'll probably end up doing that. But yeah, it's not looking too bad. Alright, so what is this thing missing? Well, a lot of the things that it's missing is actually to do with the exhaust. So, how are we gonna do that? Well, I kind of want it to come out of here, maybe, somewhere like this. So, we're gonna have to do a pipe down into there, and that's just where it's gonna come from. Although, actually, I think on the back would be much nicer. So, actually, let's just get rid of these windows. We'll make them into small windows. Kind of by doing this. There we go. And this. And we'll have the exhaust be right here. Alright, so I'm thinking something like that would actually be great. We can then go to fluid ports, obviously. And we can shove one of those, wherever it is, in here. Yes! Alright, that's pretty awesome. I wouldn't mind actually deleting these side pieces and adding these guys instead. Don't know whether that's going to make it look really weird or whether it's going to just make it work. I think we'll go with it. We're then going to go ahead and actually paint these guys grey on the top because they are exhaust ports. So that makes sense. Okay, so from there, we're going to have to delete this guy, and this guy, and this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy. There we go. And we are into the actual hull. That's where we need to be. Alright, so I've gone ahead and shoved the pipes in for that, and that has totally worked out for us. It definitely has. And honestly, that looks pretty good now. I was just thinking, you know, sometimes these boats actually have like little bumpers on them, at least on the front, you know, like the little, the dinghies anyway, not the dinghies, like the tugboats. We're going to go ahead and shove this onto here, and instead of actually going with the front one as well, we'll leave it like that, unless, oh, this is a big unless I can find a 1x3 one of these. That's definitely not a 1x4, those are E's, that's E'd. Alright, that's a 1x5. What is this? That's huge. Okay. I don't know if I've got a 1x3, but I do know what is. No, I don't actually. That's not true. That's a 1x2. That's a 1x4. Alright, I'll be back once I find one. I've decided I am just gonna make one instead. Yes. One. Oh, that is not a very good one. X. That is not a very good X. Yep. Alright, sure. That's definitely an X. 3. Okay, yes, that works. 1x3, cool. And there we go. I think I'm just going to shove that on the front of there, and honestly, I think that looks alright. It totally works. I was thinking, though, maybe if we just build this out to there instead, it would actually look nicer, I guess? No, it really doesn't, actually. Let's go ahead and shove those back. Cool. Alright, so I painted it up a little bit. I've added these guys to the sides and to the back as well now. We now need to add an engine. We've also added lights. I completely forgot about those. But yeah, we need an engine in each pontoon, and hopefully it'll be stable from there. Obviously, there's a hell of a lot of weight at the front right now, but that shouldn't matter too much. Alright, so engines, let's go! I am going to go ahead and build this engine up from around here, and it is going to be many cylinders. Yes! So let's go ahead and shove a bunch of crankshafts in here. We're then going to go ahead and add cylinders onto each of those, all the way down. And on the sides, obviously. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, currently we're up to 16. Holy balls. There we go. 24. Ooh, there we go. 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Alright, cool. Okay, so I'm assuming a lot of you guys have seen me do this before, but in case you haven't, I might as well keep it in the video. So, if you've seen it before, you can skip ahead, but essentially I'm going to add air, fuel, coolant, and exhaust to this. And that's it. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. Here we go. Belt drive, go ahead and shove that on this side. Excellent. We're also going to add a starter, and actually we're going to have 2 of those. That's fine. We're also going to add an alternator, even though we don't really want one. And that's fine. We're also going to go ahead and delete one of these. Yes, because we want a pump on this thing. So that's going to go there. On the rear of this thing, we're going to need a clutch. So let's go ahead and shove that in, and we are good to go. I am also going to have to shove one of these guys on. Right here like this. It doesn't really have to be on both sides, but there you go. So essentially, these guys, as long as you connect them all together, all of the cylinders will work as one, if that makes sense. Because because they'll all get the same air, they'll all get the same fuel, and they'll all get the same exhaust, which is fine, and coolant too. Alright, so next up is coolant. Let's go ahead and shove this onto here. We'll actually just do it like that. It's a little bit annoying, obviously, but it'll be fine. So, shove this guy out to here, and shove it across into there, just like that. And there we go. One side has coolant, and then the other side needs to be connected like this. Unfortunately, that isn't really going to work, though, because we haven't got any radiator, or anything, actually. But fortunately, what we can do is we can actually pump water in from below. So let's go ahead and delete this guy and this guy. Go to fluids, grab a fluid pod like this one. Shove 2 of those onto there. Obviously, we want to paint those, so let's do that. Bosh. And that's kind of our coolant done. Yeah. Our next thing is going to be the exhaust. So let's go and shove that out the side, and essentially it just has to connect up to there. So let's do that. All right, that was easy. That is completely sorted. So exhaust is done. I do need to figure out where the fuel tank is going to go, and I was expecting to put it closer to the back, but I've sort of put this in the way. I might lift the engines up on both sides and put the fuel tank underneath. Guys, we have run into a tiny issue. I do not want to be running this boat with fuel tanks. I want to run it with custom fuel tanks, not the normal ones. So, unfortunately, we're not really going to be able to use it right now unless I go and research fluid management, wherever that is. So it's one of these. Industrial equipment, no. Fluid management, there it is. And that unlocks the spawner and also the meter. However, we're currently unlocking basic mechanics, so I need to do that first. Alright, so fortunately, this is actually a sealed room, so we can go to sleep until that's unlocked. You know what, actually, that was really quick. That was a lot faster than I was expecting. Anyway, let's get straight to it. We can do compact mechanics after, but we don't need to do that just yet. I really want fluid management because that'll make things so much easier. And there we go. Right, cool. So fluid management has allowed us to actually do this now. So, I've got 2 holes right here. What we need to do is go to fluid. We're going to grab ourselves a fluid meter and shove that on there. We're also going to grab a fluid spawner and shove that on there. And there we go. Nice. I don't know whether I should connect the 2 fuel tanks together. I kind of don't think so. Alright, cool. Let's go ahead and add a way of refueling those on the deck. That'll also add to deck detail, so I'm actually really happy with that. Okay, so we've gone ahead and actually sorted everything out pretty much, except from the rear. We're going to need to figure out a gear ratio for this, and honestly, I think that's going to be kind of annoying to do. But I'm thinking this is going to be uber powerful, or super duper powerful, I should say. So we're going to do 2 at 3 to 1, there we go, and we're going to have a -1 on the last one. Alright, cool. We're then going to send that into gearboxes, no, generators, and then from there we should be good to go straight into a propeller. So let's just go ahead and shove this guy into here. Generators on the side of there. Here we go, small little gens, one there and one there. And then straight down into a thingamabobby, propeller. Unfortunately though, oh actually the propeller needs to go in the fuel tank. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. It is, but it's fine. So send this guy backwards like 2, there we go, and send it down again. Straight into the fuel tank. Alright, awesome. We are going to have to like block this bit off, but again, that's fine. There we go. And there we go. And then we're going to need an actual straight pipe like this one to go into here. And then we're going to go backwards from there. Alright. Easier Said than done. Actually, no, it's very easy to do. So let's go ahead and do this guy. There we go. We're going to do one of those, and we're going to have 3 propellers per engine, just to make sure we're actually putting down the power. So let's go to prop. Yes, just one of these guys. We're going to try and shove them in a little bit. There we go. And we're going to, I guess, paint around them, just to make sure that they are actually, like, they look nice. I guess. Alright, cool. They're all actually attached already as well. That's fantastic. The next thing I'm going to do is go to Windows really quickly, and I'm going to shove 2 of these on top of there, kind of like this. So there we go. And honestly, I think I'll probably just leave it like that. I might also give it one of these. Where is it? Is this a 3x? No, I need this one. So I'm going to go and shove that on there and this on here, just to hopefully protect me from dying to those. Maybe. Okay, so the next thing you're going to need is a microcontroller for both engines. Fortunately, I just stole one off one of my previous builds, and we can just shove it into here like that. I don't know why I can't put it on the bottom, but I have to put it up there. That's really weird. Can I do it this way around? Alright, that's really strange. Anyway, on this, you're going to want to connect your air to your air, which is this one. You want to connect your fuel to your fuel. Your throttle, and that is fine. RPS is part of the engine. And then this goes to the starters, bosh bosh. And this goes to a key, which we don't currently have. So I'm going to put it on 1. There we go. Both engines are going to be started the same way, which may or may not be a good idea. But I'm sure it's fine. Fuel throttles, yes. RPS, yes. And starters, bosh bosh. The throttle input, I don't know. Do we have a throttle lever? Because I wouldn't mind going with one of those. Okay. I do want the interior of this to look good eventually, but it's probably not going to look good today. Anyway, shove that on there, shove that on there. That's awesome. Okay, what does that look like? It looks like it is sitting in the water, all right. It does look like it might be missing some fuel, which it most likely is, to be honest. But let's go inside and have a little sit really quick. Okay, that doesn't work because I don't have batteries, but it's fine. So, this side has 27,000 liters, and this side has 470. They would be great if they were even, or equal, but they're not. Okay, so the batteries inside this thing are going to have to be really, really poopy ones. They're going to be really small. So let's go ahead and just add like 5 of them on each side. They are relatively expensive for how big they are, but we need them, so that's why we're having them. So do this again. There we go. Both sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and connect all of this electricity together. Each of the batteries are all going to be connected. There we go. And then for this side, we're going to connect all to this battery. And for that side, everything's going to be connected to this one. All right, we are going to need one of these as well. So let's go ahead and shove one of these on too. We'll just go with, I don't know. I like doing like yellow things up here. I don't know why. Don't ask me why. So let's go ahead and shove these guys into here, and we'll just do something along the lines of this, I guess, to shove it together. Yeah, bosh that onto there, very nice, and spotlight. I don't like these spotlights, I don't think they look very nice, so as soon as I can, I'm gonna get rid of them. But yeah, that's fine. So spotlight on is gonna be on 3, and that's also gonna turn the rest of the lights on as well, because, you know what? I've added lights to this thing, so we might as well use them. There we go. Alright, including the inside ones. Awesome. Another thing I actually want to add is a ladder, but I'm not sure we have them. Oh, we actually do. So, how big is this gap? Of course it is. 7. So, delete this one, and we're just going to add ladders in there. It should allow us to climb out of the water easier, although they aren't in the easiest place to get to, but I'm sure that's fine. And one of the final things I want to add is actually a rudder. So let's go ahead and grab one of these guys. I rarely ever use these, but we're going to do it. So let's go ahead and delete this bit right here, shove that in, and this one. And then we are going to paint them, obviously. So let's do this and this. Oh yeah. All right, connect those to A and D, and we should be able to do our first little adventure around the dock. Okay, my lights are on. Let's have a little look around the outside really quickly. Did I change the color of this, or is it yellow? It is yellow. All right, interesting. We've got these guys. I only put 30% fuel in each, so they're actually equal now. Very good. And I guess if I start the engine, we should be able to drive. It might be having some issues. It seems like it might be having issues. So I might have to sort that out, but yeah, that works. Alright, cool. Unfortunately, I didn't add any electricity to these guys on the bottom, so let's do that. There we go, and there we go. Yeah. Gear ratio is going to come down a lot too. So instead of 3 to 1 on this one, we're going to go to 3 to 2, and 3 to 2, and we're going to drop this by 1. 5 to 2 and 5 to 2. Sure. Alright, engines are on. And we are driving around. Oh yeah! Alright, we don't have any stability system or anything like that, but we are in a catamaran, and that's all that matters. Beautiful! Okay, so from here, I'm going to go ahead and add some extra just random details. And from there, we're going to have to arm this thing, I think. Alright guys, let's go ahead and talk through a few things that I did then. I have decorated the inside. We've gone ahead and put a bed on this side. We've got 3 seats on this side. I need to paint that little bit right there really quickly, if I can. So bosh bosh, very good. We also have some hatches down to the bottom. We have deck lights, nav lights, and spotlights on this side. And on this side we have engine controls such as engine turn on and reverse. This button doesn't currently do anything, but I'll figure it out. We've also got our throttle right here, and honestly, I think it looks quite nice. So, I'm happy with it. The next thing I'm going to do, though, is add a bunch of equipment in here, and also maybe some equipment on the outside as well, just in case we need it. Alright, guys, so I've just gone ahead and done a little bit more. I've added some equipment to this now, and I've actually connected all of the buttons together as well. So we've got interior lights right there, nav lights, deck lights, spotlights. I have added nav lights to the outside, but I haven't given them electricity just yet. And I added this, which is a plate vest, like body armor. We are going to definitely need that, so that's why we've added those. I've added a hose right there, a cable on this side. We've got some equipment under the bed as well, such as a welding torch, a fire extinguisher, a defibrillator, and an underwater welding torch. We've got some first aid kits over here, and yeah, that is all good. These hatches do allow us to get down into the belly. And we are actually able to walk around here somewhat. Although if this was moved, then we'd be able to go down the side. But yeah, we can repair this a little bit, which is pretty good. And we can actually get in and out of there very, very easily. So I'm actually really pleased we've added that. This is awesome. Yeah. So what I want to do now is actually turn the engine on. And I want to throttle up. But I can't because no electricity. So let me sort that out and then we can go. It's very much nighttime right now as well, so I'm actually going to jump into bed. I'll make it daytime, and then we'll go ahead and check it. So, the weather is actually great for this. Let's go ahead and turn on the engine. Throttle up. And off we go. Oh, yeah. So, currently the fuel is only attached to the right side. So, that's how much fuel is in the right side, but we can't see the left one. Which is fine. But yeah, look at it. It moves. It works. That's great. It would be a lot nicer if it was faster though, and unfortunately it's just not very fast right now, but that's okay. I'm actually not researching anything at the minute, so I should probably get on with that. Compact mechanics, yes, that makes a lot of sense to get, so bosh that in. Right, okay, so I said in the first episode that I need to capture a point every single video, so that's our next job. We're gonna go from here up to there, and we're going to capture the fishing village next. But I'm going to use my old boat, I think. Because this one, I don't think is very efficient. At least right now, anyway. You know, I don't even care. We are going in this one instead. Off we go. Hopefully, we don't use too much fuel. But we are louder here, boys. Yes. Look at it go. This is awesome. So yeah, we only have 5 kilometers to cover anyway, so we should get there in no time. Our speedo doesn't work, and the main reason for that is because we don't have a speedometer unlocked. You actually have to unlock those. Also, there's a mission. Oh, wow. I was going to say there's a mission up there. That is huge. That's a really big mission area. Anyway, we'll be there in no time. Okay, so something that we should actually unlock is instrument panels soon, because it'd be nice to have engine monitoring systems in here somewhere so that we can see how hot they are. Because at the minute, the only way I've got... Oh, the only way I'm able to do that is to come downstairs. It doesn't really take too much doing, but... Yeah, 34 degrees right now. Hopefully the cooling is working, but I don't know. I have no idea. Alright, close that up. There we go. And close this up too. Although actually no, I need to check both of these. 133333 and 13... Alright, they're very similar anyway. So we could probably go off this most of the time. Not gonna lie, it feels like we've been going for ages, but we haven't used like too much fuel. Well, actually saying that is quite a lot of fuel for 5 kilometers. In fact, that's a lot of fuel for 5 kilometers, but it's okay. We're gonna get there, and it'll all be worth it. There'll be crates galore. There'll be crates everywhere. We already checked Frantic Lighthouse Island for crates, and there was none. But, yeah, there'll definitely be some here, right? Alright, so we aren't actually very far away now, so I'm gonna go ahead and probably cut the engine here. There we go, turn off the lights, excellent, we'll leave the interior ones on. And hopefully the reverse gear works when it comes to using that. Because I haven't tried it yet, and I think I might have beached it. Yeah, I've definitely beached it. Whoops. Never mind. Anyway, time to go look around the town. Okay, I haven't quite finished checking the first buildings. I've only checked one so far, which is that one right there, and there was nothing in it, but I can see a crate already. I'm just checking the others, just in case there's any crates in here, and I'm gonna go to sleep as well. I want it to be daytime. And bam! Daytime. Very good. I thought it was gonna be brighter than this during the day, but no. Anyway, let's go ahead and collect this, and bam, 6 research points and 4,500 cash. Awesome. I thought about it earlier, and there is actually a diesel dispenser selling place here, so you can actually buy diesel. But unfortunately, my boat can't drive on land. Yet. I might make it drive on land in the future, but for right now, it can't do it. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and capture this thing now. Oh, would you look at that? I might have stolen a rifle and a bunch of ammunition too. I mean, I can put this on my boat anyway, but I just thought it would be fun to shoot outside. Look at that. Yeah, anyway, 15 seconds until this area is mine, and I did see outside, oh, somewhere, I can't even see out this window, there is actually a crate, so we're gonna go get it. Alright, there we go. Successfully captured the fishing village. Yes! And here's the crate. Bosh! Alright, another 6 research points and 4 grand. Beautiful. Okay, so, we did do quite a lot of building today. I don't want to do building every day, but I think next time what we'll do is we need to try and get more diesel. So, we might fit this vehicle out with some sort of tank on the back. We'll go get some diesel with it. We're also going to fit it out with some weapons as well, because we need to do that. And yeah, we'll go ahead and maybe do some rescues as well, because on our way back home, which is here, we could sail straight past, we could do this mission, we could do this mission, we could even do that mission as well, and then return back to our base. That would all work out fine, maybe. But for now, thank you guys very much for watching, hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.